Alright, welcome back everybody to Tactics Ogre. Doing kind of a rolling start here because I rolled into a fortress I didn't realize was going to have a cutscene in it.
Looking for something? You do well to leave while you still draw breath, or you may lose your life before finding what you seek.
I think he's a lich. That's what a lich is supposed to look like. Hard to say. I know there's two different classes. There's a necromancer, and then there's your lich class, which are, I think you have necromancer, and then you promote him into a lich. But that gives you certain advantages and disadvantages. Like I think, for instance, if he's a necromancer or she's a necromancer, they're still human, so you can heal them. But if they are a necroman or a lich, they are undead and be healed by normal means. Of course, I could be wrong. I'm kind of making up stuff as I talk, but there has to be a reason why there are two different classes other than, well, maybe they just seem too similar is what I'm trying to get at. For there not to be some sort of like downside. Like, oh, make him a lich. It'll make him stronger and more resilient, and you can heal him, and everything's normal except for the fact that he's now more powerful than he ever was. So there I was, standing at the base of this fort, getting ready to fight the necromancer lich thing that's on the tower. And I realized there are a lot of towers like this in the game. In fact, I believe there is 6 of them, according to a cutscene. And we have 2 more in order to unlock something. What? I don't know. We'll figure it out. One of the things I've learned, I'm sure I've mentioned already to this point, is the fact that a lot of the stuff that I was reading on wikis is mostly based on the first 2 remakes of the game, either on the SNES or more specifically on the PSP. And because of that, it makes it a little difficult. I wouldn't say very difficult. It makes it a little difficult to figure out what is right and what is not. Because some things don't carry over. Some things do. So, for instance, I mentioned earlier on, apparently one of the ways to help raise loyalty in, I guess, some of the older games is you would recruit a bunch of people of the same, uh, what is it called? Heritage, like the Bakram, like the Wallisters, and you would go into a battle, a training battle, not a real battle, a training battle, and you would let them all die, and right before you were to get a game over, what you would do is you would retreat. Um, and by doing that, apparently it would increase. I don't know how this works. I was told it would increase loyalty. So what you would do is you would get a bunch of like level 1 Wallisters or Bakram, and you would take them into the forest, and they would all immediately die, and then you would escape, and you'd repeat the process till everybody's loyalty was high. But now, in this game, to increase loyalty, you need to use them, obviously. That helps. Having other characters of the same clan helps. But leveling up their weapon is what helps to really increase their loyalty. So much so that you could have a character like Aerosol, who, after you make the decision to go the neutral route, her loyalty plummets into the ground. But by switching her off and training her temporarily in daggers, I was able to raise her loyalty back up to the top. I wouldn't say bad, I just find it a little interesting, but that's all it really took. It's just a little bit of training and increasing their levels with a new weapon you haven't trained them with yet. Is really handy because, at least in terms of training in this version of Tactics Ogre, it's very easy to take a character that's at level 1, either level 1 experience or level 1 with a particular move. Like, say I wanted Canopus to go away from axes and bows, and I wanted him to learn, I don't know, let's say crossbows or hammers or something like that. If I were to switch him over and have him start using swords or hammers or whatever, at this point in the game, he would quickly go from level 1 usage of that new weapon to, level 10 or level 20 in a very short time. And I say short time, I mean, like, if I were to just normally use him without really trying to focus down on making sure that he gets every attack, every kill, etc., you'll still quickly level up that proficiency within a couple battles, I'd say. You'd easily go from level 1 to level 5 within a battle or two, and then 10 or 15 within, say, 5 or 10 battles. Which is pretty good considering, like, it seems that much like our level cap, our proficiency seems to cap out pretty, even though I've used strictly, like, for instance, I've strictly used Cudgels for Ginalto. His weapon level's not nearly as high as it could be. And same with him. Maybe a little bit different. He's been sword and shield the whole game. So his sword ability, his short one-handed sword ability should be pretty high. It's the highest it can go, no. But it's, like I said, I've been using him most of the game. He's at like whatever level 20 or 30 at this point in weapon proficiency. And if I were to switch him off from that to, say, lance or some other weapon, how long would it take me to get him up to 30 again? I don't know, maybe probably less than 30 battles, I'd say. It seems to go a lot faster than you think it would. And then like sort of like a curve, it sort of slows down the further you get, experience wise. So initially you're getting a lot of experience from, higher level enemies, so it's leveling up your new weapon super fast, but eventually it'll start to like taper off as you're fighting a bunch of enemies roughly around your uh level, HP level, like, or experience level, I mean. I live in a very messy world. I'm looking to my left right now on my coffee table, and I'm finding all kinds of stuff I need to throw away. There's other stuff I could throw away, but I'm like, I might need that later. So I should probably put that book away, but it's kind of sitting there nicely. I'd probably pick it up and read it at some point. Yeah, that's a problem. He's gonna keep summoning more guys. I'm just gonna have to fucking go straight for him and kill him. Not that I'm in any position to do that right now with anyone other than Canopus. But even he is sort of out of position for that. As putting him deep in enemy territory probably just equal a dead character. 160 damage. Perfect. Now his Berserker with Single Assault would have been better, but didn't get much better than that. Particularly from range. Eventually I think I'm going to change Denim over to Dark alignment, and I'll change his sister over to Light alignment. Mainly because I've been running Denim as a Terra Knight, and Kashua is going to be more light aligned, at least in this current iteration. Like her spells, I mean, are going to be more on the, you know, projectile light. Good, go. Plus, I'd have something to take on some of these guys that are starting to pop up with darkness on them. Trying to clean out the garbage here at the bottom of the fortress. Once we do that, we should be able to move on to bigger and better things, i.e. killing a boss, moving on to another fortress maybe? I don't know. Seems like all the fortresses have people in them now. Don't know why, other than there was a little bit of a coda thing that came up. Not sure what it unlocks, but it'll hopefully unlock something good, like, I don't know, a new area, a weapon, new character. Nope. I was trying to figure out earlier why I've got Mirnard and Mirnard and what's the other characters? Cilia? Boy, I'm bad at names. Anyways, I have them running the same lance, and I was trying to figure out why Marinard's lance only goes 2 spaces directly in front of him, whereas Cecilia's lance skips 1 space and then goes 2 in front of that. So basically, if you were to count spaces, Marinard's lance goes spot 1 and spot 2 in front of him, whereas Cecilia's lance skips block 1 but hits block 2 and 3, which is good because you could have a front liner like a Terror Knight or a regular Knight. Let him tank the damage, and then you stand behind him. The attack goes, I guess, around or through, past the Knight that's blocking for you, and proceeds to hit anything in slots 2 and 3 in front of him. Kind of nifty, kind of annoying. It's nice because, like, the lance already goes out 2 spaces, so you don't have to necessarily be standing next to an enemy for you to deal damage to it to help to avoid, say, a counterattack if their weapon only goes 1 space instead of 2. The downside is by increasing the range to 3 and sacrificing the block right next to you, you are sacrificing a counterattack is what I'm trying to get at. So, for instance, if a lance user attacks another lance user, you have the ability to counterattack that. I mean, you both have the ability to counterattack that. But when you get into the, you start ignoring space 1, then all of a sudden, instead of you countering attacking swords, lances, whips, anything that's more or less a non-spell, non-arrow, attack, you'll counter it. Okay, but with the spear now, skipping, the blocks directly next to you, that means you're no longer countering attacking anything. They would have to be another spear user, and they'd have to attack you from 2 spaces away from you for you to counterattack. And it's like, okay, so this is the most powerful weapon. It obviously has its use. Most powerful isn't strongest. Obviously has its use. It has its fundamental thing that makes it kind of like, wow, it's kind of broken. But at the same time, the downside is you lose your counterattack, which, if that was sort of a big deal for you, it has its ups and downs. So you don't accidentally counterattack into one of your cohorts, but at the same time, if you're standing all by yourself, you're not dealing reciprocal damage. I'm guessing that's a full area charm attempt. It's probably a very low success rate. It probably has I don't know, let's say a 5% chance of working, but would technically, in a near impossible roll, charm everyone. Luckily, charm wouldn't last that long. Last about 2 turns or so. Enough to possibly be devastating, but with the number of enemies on the board right now, it would not be all that bad. Particularly as the ones up top would have to move into position. They're not in position right now. Lucky, you are my lucky star. Lucky star! Yeah, that's her ability. Sort of like, Holy Knight has the ability to increase your, move up your turn. She has Lucky Star, which means if you have the ability equipped to her, which I do, it increases everybody's luck that's standing around her. Not by a little either, by a decent amount. Oh look, it's Giga Tempest, dealing 500 plus damage to each one of those 3 enemies. Such a disgustingly strong attack. Now you have to build up to it, but like... Oh, hello, Mr. Lizard Man. What you doing, Mr. Lizard Man? Eating 240 damage. I was gonna say I was hoping he did 300, which that's not how this game works. It doesn't give you fake data. It gives you data which is correct within, say, I don't know. I don't know, 5%, maybe 1%. You know, it says 240, it's going to do 240 or 241 or 238, 39 damage. Not a lot of variation there. Rude. Please stop being rude. Also, that thing in the water needs to go away or be revived. We will, I believe, fix on the next turn. Because I've got both Nalto and the other healer up. No, he doesn't have... Oh, okay, he does. I was going to say, I don't think he has enough for the... Yeah, I was gonna say, that's not my guy. Exorcism. Suck it. Concentration. So, Casual has another really excellent ability, which I believe she had before she left our team, but it is called, I think it's called Holy Water or something like that. It is a move that does use MP, but it doesn't count as her offensive turn like a heal would with a healer, you know, that counts as your offensive turn. It is a skill that she can use. She can use it either before... Well, first of all, it's a range attack. Second of all, it's a skill, so you can attack and then use the skill. Or, I guess vice versa, if they were in your way, I guess you could, you know, dispel or put the enemy to rest and then move forward. But it's also an area effect attack, so if you've got multiple guys down like I do right now, I can stick the crosshair between them and revive and you know, I keep saying dispel. There's a correct term for this that's not dispel. It's you purify, or you know, put them to sleep. You know, put them back and, you know, make them not undead, like make them permanently dead. Is it still? Might be still. Oh, this is what I was talking about with holy water. I'm gonna move her. Oh, I used her move already. That's my bad. Alright, we'll do it next turn. We'll do it this turn. like this. Watch this. Alright, we're gonna come up here. Holy water first. Drop you two out of the world. And now we'll use whatever we have left on this. That's probably, I wouldn't say that's her best attack, but it's definitely the one I'm going to be using the most because in addition to, it seems to do more damage than her initial finisher does, but it also slows the enemy. So you get that bonus of not only does it deal more damage, significantly more damage, but it also does a debuff. That's unfortunate. Oh wow. We're closing in on the boss anyway, so only be a matter of time before he is gone. Oh, you're gone. I'm gonna hide in the corner because I summoned the dude. Like you can summon, I guess, up to 5 characters. Because he normally summoned 3 at a time, and I killed some of them off, and he had 3 more, and then he summoned. I killed 1 more, and then he summoned. I don't know. Whatever, right? Blessed Stone. You're going to be good for a distraction. I can tell. Will distract long enough for me to get up the fort. Please die. Just kidding. Get too much help. Meditate. That's a free heal. Let's go, Arsel. Ursel. Nope, nothing to do here. It's goo. Can't even heal. Bitch can't even heal. Can do that though. It's pretty cool. Okay. That's nice. You use the heal there, or heal his MP, but that's not the right thing to heal. Good. I was thinking, what if we moved you up here and used your little lance? So I guess go poke. Ooh, that hurt. Nobody likes being poked. Very annoying. Nope, this thing gonna solve for you. Good. That was not a good choice. That's alright though. Wait, we're all about that thick finishing attack that I don't have. Pretty good attack though. That was roughly 400 or so. He's stealing key off of some people. Interesting. And meteor strike. Ear blow. Bye bye. Thunder. Oh, you got me. Please stop trying to kill me. Do I have the reach? I do. And that's the end.
I mastered time itself, but I could not stop my own time from coming. Oh.
Hooray. Alright, that's it for this battle. We're going to cut the episode. When we come back, we've got some more side quest battles to do. But until then, I hope you all have a good one.